And I see people resisting Bitcoin, and I'm going, this is going to be a tough life because the world's going digital. We got quantum computing, we have AI. It just makes sense if we went back to the 1960s and we made one of those Jetsons, predictions. What will the future look like? Okay, flying cars, this. It just makes sense that somebody would say, well, there'll be like a digital currency. You won't need paper anymore, and it might not even be controlled by a government. Do you think, and maybe I know the answer because you call it hope.com, but do you think that Bitcoin actually has the ability to solve major problems? When I say major, I mean prevent nuclear wars, prevent famine, prevent another Cold War. Because now when people are connected to, I don't know if you remember this old theory called the McDonald's theory. Countries that have a McDonald's don't go to war with each other because they have an economic interest with each other. Do you think there's something to that if there is a universal hope that this Bitcoin, we use it in China, we use it in Nigeria, we use it in Los Angeles, that it actually brings people together more than just a greedy way to make money?
I do. I think that Bitcoin is an enlightened and peaceful way to settle our differences on a global basis. I think that it, in a way, it demonetizes the incentives for war. If a nation has the majority of its assets in land, you can simply take the land. But if a nation has the majority of its assets in Bitcoin, no amount of violence will allow you to seize their property because it's in cyberspace. So when your property is in your head or in your private possession, there's an incentive for hostile actors to negotiate with you. Whereas, if all your wealth was literally a bar of gold, I could just shoot you and take the bar of gold. I could even bomb your house and take the gold. The gold doesn't get destroyed. So I think that that digital property is a much better, a more secure idea than physical property. I also think that there's $900 trillion of wealth in the world, and half of it is in assets people hold. They hold it for some utility, like they want to use the house or the boat or the warehouse. But the other half of the wealth is just store of value. People just want to preserve their capital for long periods of time without degradation. So Bitcoin's a $2 trillion asset class. There's 450 trillion of physical and financial assets that are 20th century assets. Those assets are degrading due to war, due to inflation, due to entropy, due to chaos, due to competition, due to weather. The cost of that is like 3% a year. So 3% of 450 trillion is 13, 14 trillion dollars a year of just environmental destruction. So as you transform wealth from analog form and physical form to digital form, you avoid and eliminate a lot of misery and anxiety and tragedy. And so Bitcoin is solving the problem of just giving us a more efficient way to preserve our economic energy forever. And if you think about a family. If I say to you as the head of a household, you're financially secure, you have enough money to provide for your family now and for the next 4 generations, whatever they might need. And then I say, well, how does that make you feel? And the answer is, I can take the long view and I can plan for my grandchild's college education, and if I said to you, well, you've got all your money in a bank. The bank just froze your assets. You won't be able to get it out. I'm not sure. You're going to have to leave your house on Monday, and I don't know how you're going to eat. Figure it out. Think about how that affects your mindset. And so I think that economic security has an impact on your mental health, your physical health, your your economic welfare, and then also your time horizon. And the really beautiful things in humanity, whether they're Notre Dame or whether they're a park or whether they're a great scientific invention, they're made by people that were economically secure, that could take a long view of things. And Bitcoin provides that foundation to build a better civilization.